welcome to Digging in the Trenches on the Finstaught Sports Network. I'm Bobby Finstaught with JPF Scout Justin there, and our guest, Jaylon McMillon. Justin, why don't you introduce our guest? Tell us about him.
Oh, man, we want to introduce you guys to Jaylon McMillon here. He's from Western Carolina. You're in the transfer portal now, correct?
Correct. Yes,
yep,
sir.
transfer. Yep. First of all, I want to say congratulations on becoming a new daddy, man. So that's always a real special thing.
Yeah,
Nice.
She's right beside me. Yes, sir. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Yep. A lot of sleepless nights going to be coming.
Hey, I've already had them.
Absolutely. Yep.
So,
what you think about the last football game we got into? Is that you want to talk about right now, Bobby, real quick?
Say again?
You want to talk about the last Dolphins football game real quick?
I want to get Jaylon's a Dolphin fan. I want to talk first about his thoughts overall in the season, the offense, and then we'll get into a little bit about last week's game. But yeah, Jaylon, man, Dolphins, they signed Tyreek Hill, they get Armstead. There's a lot of hype on Tua, get the new coach. Everybody's excited about that. The Dolphins right now are 4-3. Offense, even though it's ranked 10th in the league, and not really scored that many points except for that Baltimore game. I think it's like 20 points a game or something like that. What's your thoughts right now overall on the season? And then we'll get into last week's game before we move into the preview with Justin.
Oh, man. I think the overall looks of the season so far, I think that we've done good with Tua. I think Tua is our main piece, and that we missed him for 3 weeks. We definitely missed him for 3 weeks, and just like the last game, I mean, against the Steelers, you saw how even the defense, not even just from the offensive side of the ball, how much we were brought in together just with Tua back, and I like that Tua's back, and I think he gives us more of a push to be a dangerous team in the league to compete in the AFC with the Chiefs, Ravens, and the Bills as well. But so far, so good. I mean, I can't with Tyreek, the signing with Tyreek. I mean, obviously his numbers prove it. You know what I'm saying? His numbers prove everything of why we got him. He's number one in the league in receiving yards right now. So, man, I think Tua has brought a lot of eyes to a lot of people so far, proving them wrong. And sky's the limit for this guy. I promise. Sky's the limit. Sky's the limit for him.
That's awesome. He was out for 3 weeks. Dolphins are currently ranked 10th in the league. Defense is starting to show up. Defense was kind of struggling there, even though they helped win some games early in the season. And last week they sealed the deal with Noah Igbinoghene getting his first interception, which was awesome. I mean, I jumped off my couch. I think I was happier about that than I was about the win for him. And I'm so happy for him. So, with the question marks, you like saying Tua is the key piece, and with all this hype on the offense and not seeing those numbers, even though Tyreek is as advertised. I mean, they are working him harder than they worked Ricky when we had Ricky Williams back in the day. I mean, he is as advertised, proven to be maybe if not the best or not, if he's not the best, he's right there with Cooper Kupp and Devontae Adams. What do you think's missing with the Dolphins right now? Why aren't they scoring that many points like we thought they would?
That's actually a great question. I feel like the reason why we aren't scoring as much as we should, I also feel like it was the beginning of the season. I mean, Tua, along with Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill said, "Man, this offense is probably the hardest offense I've had to deal with in my whole career, from college into the NFL." Yep. So I mean, we're 8 games in, and I think since we are at the midpoint, I think you're going to see a lot of who Miami really is. I think we had to get acclimated with the new offense, with the coach. Starts the middle of the season right now, going towards the end. I think you're going to see a better Dolphin team and better, like just overall with the offensive side, putting up points and defense, holding them as we saw with the Steelers. I think we're going to get it together now that we're in the middle of the season and we'll put up points. I think that's all it just needs to take. That's all it had to take.
I agree with him.
Well, it's awesome, man. That's why we got Jaylon on the show, diehard Dolphin fan.
Oh, yeah.
Excited to have him, man. That's cool. Thank you for tuning in, too.
Yeah.
But I know Justin got some questions for you because we want to learn a little bit about you, and then we'll go into the Detroit Lions game, man. So go ahead, Justin.
So we'll start this one off. What's your? I don't know if I actually have this, but what's your height and your actual weight?
195, 6 foot.
Okay. All right, we'll go jump right in here. That's decent size. I know we don't have a speed on you or anything like that yet, but we'll get there. Do you look for tendencies in receivers such as seat, set up on their feet, their eyes, a slight signal between him and the quarterback?
Oh yeah, coming from a DB, you have a lot of tendencies that you look at on film. So, and it really all the lineup of how the receiver is. I mean, that could tell you a lot of things about what route they're going to do. If they're going to do like the off the line scrimmage, are they going to do like a little quick slant, or are they going to push me upfield a little bit and go in? It's a lot of things that you watch on film, and coming from playing DB, it has a lot of tendencies that you can definitely see just with the showing of the foot and how they come off the line. And if they come off the line like slow, like up high a little bit, then you know they're going to hit you with like a in and out or just a quick slant. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you got to look for in as a DB and to receivers. Look at the tendencies, and film is everything. Film is everything.
I'm glad you say
Love that answer.
Yep. He's correct with that, because the more film study you get, the more you're going to know what's coming next.
Yes, sir.
Do you like press or soft cover zone?
I'm a bigger guy, so I'm normally like a press guy.
Yeah,
and
that's how I like them.
Yeah, because I mean, just like with defense, you're off man. You get somebody with quick. For example, like Sauce Gardner, he said he would rather like play a taller guy, more physical than a Tyreek Hill. And coming from a guy who's 6 foot, almost 200 pounds as myself, that's the kind of receivers that you like to go against, because the quick guys, not saying we can't do it, but the quick guys, they're hard to guard, especially if they're short. But the big they are, the taller, the more physical you can be with them. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we like as big corners and DBs. That's what we like.
Let me ask you this. Go ahead. No, I'm sorry. All right, so I just want to say, because you play defensive back. You know, is that a position that you grew up wanting? Because we all grew up loving football. We played at the park. You know, we always had, whether you're a quarterback or a receiver or running back. So is that a position you always wanted to play? How did you fall into playing defensive back? And who was your favorite player growing up?
Great question.
Hey, yeah, that's actually a great question. I'm gonna go to be honest, I never really wanted to play football. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
I was always a basketball guy. And I tried out for a team that a lot of people that go to Duke and everybody, it's called Team Field, and I made the team. And I was like, okay, I might be a basketball guy. Football, it wasn't my thing. And then what made me want to play corner was probably like my brother Jaquan. He when I got to high school, he played high school. He started as a true freshman. I was on JV. He started as a true freshman on varsity. And he played corner. I'm like, dang, I can do this. I can do this. So really, football didn't really start for me until the end of 8th grade, going to 9th grade. And after 9th grade year, I was like, I can play this position. I like my footwork. It's not. I can play it. I like to hit. Hitting is more of what I like to do. So really watching him and having grown up with him throughout the years, and then him playing DB, I said we could be both McMillons on each side of the ball, on each side of defense, and we're locked down. You know what I'm saying? So it didn't start until 9th grade year. I'm not gonna lie.
Wow, cool. Okay.
Yeah. It started out.
So you like playing you love basketball. You grew up watching basketball. So let me make a little detour right here very quick. Basketball, man. You got a team?
Yes, my favorite basketball team is Duke, college-wise.
College,
and
okay.
Then NBA, I'm a Boston Celtics. I'm a Celtics guy.
Oh, hell. Oh, shit.
Yeah, I'm a Celtics.
All right. Well, this is the end of the interview, guys. We'll take it down. I'm just playing. Let's get back to football. That's cool. I'm a Heat fan, man. That's all I'm playing here. That's pretty. Yeah. We get into it. But that's awesome, man. Well, that's really cool. So you were into basketball growing up. You got into football, and you really got, because your older brother played in the secondary. That's what got you into it.
Yeah. we're right there at the same age, you know what I'm saying? So, and then he went to ECU.
Yep, Eastern Carolina.
Cool.
Yep. And now he's at the Denver Broncos. He's playing at the Broncos right now. So I mean, I looked up to him a lot, even though we're the same age. I mean, I looked up to him as if he was 5 years older than me, and I'm like, he said, "Come on," because I wasn't going to play even my freshman year, in my 9th grade year. I wasn't even going to play football. I said, I don't want to play. Then I got the feel for it at DB. Then sophomore year came around, I started on varsity, and then junior year came around, and I started getting Duke offers, and then App, they wanted me, and a whole bunch of other things. Then Marshall, they offered me a full scholarship.
Nice.
Then I went to Western Carolina, offered me, and a lot of other D1 schools that were interested. So I'm like, okay, this might be the sport. This might be the sport for me.
That's great, man. That's awesome story. And go ahead, Justin. I mean to sidetrack you.
Oh, you're good. He's talking about his brother Jaquan. I'll be honest with you. He was on the list that I just made on my Twitter. I posted about wanting to poach. That's the first step of getting the McMillon lockdown corners on our team. And the second step will be getting this young man right here to sign for the Dolphins next. That would be awesome. It would be a dream come true for me, too. Just to see these guys get on the field together would be awesome. But we'll just get right back into the questions again. You already talked about the film study part, and that's key for you in recognizing plays, so we won't go into that. But do you talk trash to your opponents? Do you like to talk?
I have a 30-second story, maybe a little longer. Yes, I love it.
Let's hear it.
I love it. I love it. I love talking trash. I think that was my favorite thing to do on the football field, and that's why my high school coach. I don't think that's why he liked me as much, because I used to talk so much trash, and then he'll come to say, your brother doesn't talk nothing. He just plays with his pass. I'm like, Coach, I love the game. I'm gonna talk, but I'm also gonna play. You know what I'm saying? I love the game. And then, man, one game my junior year I had 50 total penalty yards on me. I'm like, okay, I have to chill. I have to chill, man. I have to chill. I was talking so much junk. I was lined up like even 3 yards. I was acting like I was a receiver on that end, because my mind was just going somewhere else. It was funny, but yes, I love talking junk. I love getting in people's heads. I love getting in people's heads.
That's crazy. That's going into the next set of questions. The art of war is Sun Tzu. And do you get into your opponent's head to get him off his game? And does that apply to your game? Well, obviously, you just answered that. It definitely does apply to your game, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. It definitely does, because even if a receiver would catch a ball on me and they talk to him, I'm like, dang. I said, and it gets to me, I'm like, dang, come on, Jay. Yep, but other than that, yeah, and it happens on every level that you play. I don't care if it's Pop Warner, high school, college, and the NFL. I mean, you talk your junk, you make a good play on somebody, then they're like, oh, I got to step my game up. It gets to them. So, yeah, I mean, it definitely – that's what I definitely try to do as well, so it doesn't affect me as much as it –
right.
I mean, it affects them as much, but it doesn't affect me. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I try to do.
There's a stiff level of competition right there. Yeah. You know what I mean? You want to match that.
Oh, yeah,
so,
definitely.
Jaylon, with years of playing, what's your favorite memory? Like, if you go, damn, man, that was my best play. That was, if you go back, man, so far in your career, and it's a young career, and it's, it sounds great, but right now when you go, damn, man, that was my favorite play that I've done, and that's kind of where I want to mimic my game for the rest of my career.
I like that.
Oh, yeah. Good question. I would have to say it's been in high school so far, when the Duke coach came to talk to me and my brother that evening, and he said, I'm going to be at the game. It was a championship game. And he said, I'm going to be at the game. And it was a good game. And I said, okay, the whole day in class, I couldn't even focus on my schoolwork. So I'm like, okay, I really got to do a lot. So game comes around, it's a tight game. And then the quarterback's dad, he was a coach, and he was talking to me. He said, oh yeah, we're going to try you. Cause my brother he already made a name for himself. Right. You know what I'm saying? So then, and my name was there because I got the Marshall offer and stuff, but he had West Virginia and all those. And so I'm like, okay, bet. So the next thing you know, I went to the sideline. I told my coach, I said, Coach, they keep doing hitch routes. Let's call us. It was called, I forgot what it was called. The play that we did in high school. I forgot what it was called. I said, Coach, let's just run this, I'm gonna pick it off and go to the house. So we were down by 3, I think. And then the next play after the huddle, I jumped the route and I ran. It was a pick 6 it was for the game winner pick 6.
Oh yeah.
And I came to the sideline. I said, Coach, I told you, I know. They've been running it all game. Just let me jump it. So that was probably the best moment I've ever had as a football player so far. A game winning pick 6.
Oh, dude, that's epic. I love that.
When you were in the middle of doing that, like, just let me ask you, like, did things get real slow for you? Like, right when you seen the play happening and you recognize, hey, they're going under again, and I'm going to undercut it, and I'm going to pick it off and take it to the house. You actually pictured it all before it happened, correct?
Oh yeah. I pictured it coming like it was. It felt like deja vu. It really did. It felt like deja vu because I studied. Like I told him, I said, Coach, it's the one receiver over here. He's off the line a little bit. He's going to do a hitch. Like, come on, Coach, just let me jump it. He said, all right. He said, all right, Jaylon, go ahead. We're going to run that. And then the next play we ran it. And I just said, boom.
Was that Glenn championship game? Is that?
It was the Glenn championship game.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
Yep.
Hell yes.
It was the Glenn championship game.
Yes, hey, thank you. And Riding Raves, I see you. Thank you for tuning in. You guys are watching Digging in the Trenches on the Fins Talk Sports Network. Smash that like and subscribe button. Man, we got a great guest in Jaylon McMillon.
Love
this
guest.
We're going to and we see your question. We're going to talk about that right now. Jaylon Waddle, will he be have 65 yards over that tomorrow? We'll discuss that. But Justin, go ahead, brother.
All right. Man, it's funny you're talking all this is good stuff. You just got on this next question I was going to give you, so we won't go there because you talked about jumping the route in high school from play recognition. I love that, man. It was great. But what is your best football trait that you think to yourself?
Tackling. I think, my biggest thing was, even from my pops, even growing up, when I said I wasn't a good football guy, Pop Warner, I didn't like tackling. I didn't like it. You know what I'm saying? So for me to really, the best trait for tackling is crazy, because nobody in my family, they saw it coming. Even I did. You know what I'm saying? From a young age. But I mean, honestly, tackling and hitting, I mean, it's just something that I've grew up to do. Because I know if you got a physical corner, they like you more than they like you a lot. You got your physical, plus you can make picks. It's a good. That's why everybody likes Jalen Ramsey, because he's so physical. You know what I'm saying? That's why he's number one. But that's my best trait, is definitely coming up and making good tackles and hitting.
Would you rather go for the big hit or for more the form tackled hit?
See, that all depends on the situation. I would say the situation just says, if it's coming across the middle and I'm in cover 2 and I'm in the flats a little bit, I want to go for the big hit. But if it's a good running back and he bounces out to my outside, then I like to do a good form tackling. I'm not worrying about big hit at that point. You know what I'm saying? Just a good form tackle, bring him down, and then boom. That's all it is.
I like you, man. That's exactly what I want to hear, because there, you got one of them big guys coming at you. I just want you to get him on the ground. I don't need a knockout at that point.
Yeah.
That's
Wrap it up.
All right. Yep. That honestly, for the questions right there, we can go on to the matchups if you want to get there.
Let me ask this: so would you count your strength being tackle? You know, and being a player and growing as a player is recognizing your strengths and your weaknesses. So if you say, man, my strength is tackling, wrap up tackle, love to hit. So what would you be? What is a weakness of your game that you want to get better?
That's a great question, dude.
That's an amazing question. My weakness, I would have to say, is off man. I say that because off man, you can't really get hands on them. You can't reroute them. You know what I'm saying? So for me to be off man and going against like a Tyreek Hill, for instance, not really nobody's like a Tyreek Hill that I play with. But just saying, with somebody who's short and quick. Good
example, though.
Yeah, great example. But for going somewhere that's so short and quick, it's hard if you don't get hands on them and reroute them. So, because if you're off man, he could stem you, come up and hit you with the out, and you think he's going out the end. But if you're a man, you're up on him. You can have your hands on his hip, and you can ride him. And then off man is probably the biggest thing I've always had to deal with.
So let me ask you this: as a deep back, I mean, I played a little bit of receiver and deep back myself. As a receiver, like when a corner is showing you an inside leverage, do you want to take the outside, and vice versa? When he's showing you outside, you want to take the inside. Is that correct?
So a lot of you talking about like if they stem me inside wise?
Yep.
So really, if they stem me inside, majority of it, they can go outside, and it depends if you're in the slot or you're outside. If they stem me out, I mean if they stem me in and I'm at the slot receiver, I come down and I'm at safety at this point, then they like to hit you with the out and then come back in for a post route. So a lot of the stem is just to make you like sometimes bite for the end and then hit you with a quick like stem out and then go back in. I've seen a lot of receivers do that, but normally because you don't really see them stem inside stem and then juke in. You know what I'm saying? That's an awkward phase. So I look at that as well. If we're playing off man and they stem me a certain way, 9 times out of 10 is right, not always. Then I would guess the route in this like film study. Again, they stem me inside. Yep. The receiver it is. I mean, majority of it, they're gonna stem you inside and go out a little bit and come back in for a post. So I mean, if they stem you outside, they might stem you outside, go out, and then cut in and do a little out route.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me just say this before we jump into that next segment too, is riding waves, wrap it. I meant like wrap up tackle. I didn't mean like wrap it up. Race the question. I don't know what that meant. That I didn't mean like wrap it up. No, I meant I'm not rushing nobody. I'm saying the wrap up tackle's smarter than the big hit. Especially trying to get the play down. But go ahead. I'm sorry. I just saw that. I don't want nobody to think I was being rude. I wasn't. No, that's not what I'm doing.
I didn't think that. Not at all.
But I think Bobby mentioned this. This is one of the questions. But as a corner, who do you pattern your game off of? Is there a cornerback that you like that's in the league right now or overall?
Definitely Ramsey. Definitely Jaylon. Definitely Jaylon Ramsey, just because he's so physical and
I love his game.
And his game is just so. He's not just a corner to where he just likes to cover the ball and pick it off. This man will hit you like a linebacker. You know what I'm saying?
This man wants to hurt you. This man wants to kill you. He just wants to win. Yeah. That's what I want on my team right there.
And you don't see that a lot as DB. And even in high school, they didn't.
I love it.
They were surprised with me. They said you don't see a lot of DBs really. You don't see a lot of DBs like that. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think that's what helps me out a lot is just being physical at a DB spot, and DBs aren't known from hitting. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So especially the corner position, safety, yes, but corner, no. You don't really know a lot of corners that would hit.
Right. It's all good, riding waves, man. We have fun here, brother. Don't worry. You don't have to say you're bad. Nothing. We're having fun. It's all good. We all take jokes.
So I know we don't.
Shut up, Evan. No, just kidding. Sorry.
I know we don't know where you're gonna be playing at, but I mean, I'd love to watch. Do you have any idea where you're gonna be playing at? Do you got any kind of word or where we can catch you playing in the future?
Because he's in transfer portal right now, right?
Yeah, right now.
Okay.
As of right now, I don't. I couldn't give you a
where would you like to
answer.
Be?
Yeah, where would you like to go?
If that's okay to ask.
Oh yeah. Oh man. Definitely would be the school that offered me in the beginning would be Marshall, for sure.
Okay.
I'd love to see you go there too.
Definitely would be Marshall for sure.
Cool, man. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Let's get into some Dolphins Detroit talk, Justin.
Yep, let's do it. Let's stack up some bricks. So this will be the segment where we're going to talk the Dolphins. So there's kind of a lot to get going here, but before we get going on the bricks part of it, I seen there was some news. I wanted Eazy-E to join the party and get activated and get used as little bit as a trigger man in the jet sweep, but doesn't look like that's going to happen because McKinley and Braylon Sanders have both been promoted.
Yep.
I had this as a note: Steely and Easy Active still promoted today would be my guess, or McKinley or Perry long term. So I got one of them. I said McKinley would be promoted, so that one's going to be promoted. Ogba, Thompson, Craycraft, Ahmed, Gaskin, all inactive. We don't know. But I think they might rest Agba and sit him down with that back injury. I'm not too sure. I'd like to see Tyndall in blitz packages off a double A gap looks, drop one, send one, mix into fake drop back looks, that kind of a thing with Tyndall. I'd love to see that. The Dolphins will rush for 175 yards or more. I want to challenge the offensive line and pave the way. This is what's going to happen. This is it. That's my prediction.
Okay.
But I did a kind of a little look down here, like the dynamics are going to change with the defense with Brandon Jones being out of the lineup. Yeah. It's going to be a little bit different. I think Clayton Fengelum is going to be the guy who has to step up right there. Obviously, Eric Rowe too. I did a little research looking at this right now, and so far through the preseason games, we've played 10 games and have suffered 12 injuries and have one player poached. 2 of the injuries have been paid out and released with Mackenzie Alexander and Calvin Munson, who's on the Patriots practice squad. Basically, it's almost one injury a game if you think about it, and then Austin Jackson, who has until Monday to return to practice or revert to season-ending IR. So if you think about what I'm saying there, we're basically suffering one injury a game since we've been playing here. Actually, there's 12 of them, but that one's being the one that hurt us the most. Well, jump right into the matchups unless you guys want to talk about that a little bit, what I spoke about right there. Do you got anything on that?
No, man, I think it's good. I think hit the nail on the head. Lance is saying no reason Tua can't throw 5 touchdowns. That's why he has it 38.
Yes, I saw that.
Damn, yeah, I mean, yeah, that would be nice, Lance. That would be nice, but we'll see. It's I just the only way I see that happening, guys, and Jaylon, I'll be honest with you, brother. Justin does it too all the time. Evan definitely on the post game show. We all have a good time. If you disagree, come at me, brother. It's all good.
Absolutely.
The only reason I think Tua would throw 5 touchdowns is if they have to play catch up. If it's a game where it's going back and forth, or if it's a little bit of a lead, they're not going to do that. And I don't mean that. Not saying they can't. They have the weapons to do it. Just they haven't done it. They haven't shown they could really. So
that's true.
I'd love to see that, but it hasn't happened. I know the Baltimore game, but Baltimore was a catch-up game, and it was 35-14 going into the fourth quarter. Baltimore made the mistake of taking the foot off the gas. Miami made them pay. That's on Baltimore. And then Tua and the offense sealed the deal, which was great. But so far, Miami hasn't proven to do that yet. I hope they do. Haven't done it yet.
That's true.
But
no, I agree.
Okay.
Yeah, well, we'll jump right into the game. And if you don't, obviously if you guys have been watching the show, everybody knows what a brick is. A brick is a veteran player or a Pro Bowler or an All-Pro or a young veteran stud young prospect with the arrow up in his career. So right now I have the Dolphins at 41 bricks. You might be like, wait a minute. We lost Brandon Jones. How did we get the 41st brick? Honestly, we got Jamal Perry back, and I know they still probably have a chance to activate him before the game as one of those sneaky guys back on the practice squad back and forth. He's got 2 Super Bowl rings. In my opinion, that's a brick. So we're going to go ahead and stick with 41 bricks, and the Lions got 18 bricks. They're a younger team, obviously, that's scrappy and plays good at the line of scrimmage. But honestly, they've been getting blown out of games. I think before their last game, they lost 56-3 or something like that over the last 2 opponents. But we'll jump right into it here, digging in the trenches. You know how we keep it. Everything is won on the line of scrimmage, won and lost. So we'll start with the Lions offensive line versus the Dolphins D-line. I got the key and the brick going over to the Dolphins defensive line. The next set will go to the Dolphins O-line versus the Lions defensive line. This one was close to me, real close, but I got the Dolphins winning that one as well. What do you guys think there? The Dolphins win the line of scrimmage.
I mean, I love it.
What do you think? What do you think? Not what do you love. What is your mind telling you here?
I think
all honesty.
All honesty. Let me get it. That's what I want.
All honesty.
Please. Give it to me, Bobby.
I think our defensive line could take Detroit's offensive line. Absolutely. With our offensive line, and me, I love the trenches. That's why you and I hit it off right away, digging in the trenches. I mean, that's something I love is, but our offensive line, even though they had a good week last week against a 29th overall defense, they're going against the 32nd. I don't trust their offensive line just yet to say that they could be over anybody's defensive line. But at the same time, again, we're facing against this 32nd ranked defense, So I love it, but I'm not ready to say there's any brick on their side yet.
Right. So that 175 yards I said we're going to rush for, if we rush for 183 yards total, you're going to come over to this side?
Yeah, I'll give you your flowers, brother. I'll give it to you. I'll tell you, I love it, for Raheem and Chase. If Chase could catch a football, then I'd love it, but I don't want to not Chase, God bless him, but we'll see.
That's crazy.
Honestly, like I love Raheem Mostert. I really do. I don't think I gave him enough props for that speed power combo back that I wanted. He's actually running the ball real damn hard, man. I'm worried that we're going to run this guy into the ground. I'd like to see somebody else come along there.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, go ahead, Jaylon.
Oh, nah. I feel like we can have a lot of rushing yards combined. I feel like we get past 100, or at least 120, if not more. But I mean, I think they're last. Well, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not 100%. I think they're last in like rushing, like defensive rushing.
I mean, last.
Yeah, and then Mostert. I mean, the past 3 weeks he's been. Hey, I don't know. I feel like, and the reason why, to go back on a comment, I forgot who said it. I'm going back about. Well, you can help me, Bobby, with some about the 2 or 5 TDs. I think that's not going to be exact just because of what we will do on the ground game. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Well, you know what I'm saying? So it's not going to be like a Tua against the Ravens to where they're going to stop the run game and then we have to pass. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like our run game is going to keep the game level, as in we're going to take a lot of possession off the clock, a lot of time off the clock, just because of what we're able to do with the run game. You know what I'm saying? So for people to expect, even though it's against the Lions, to expect Tua to throw 5 touchdowns, I'm not sure. I say he throws at least 2, and then we run 2. I think that we could do that just because of the ability of us to run the ball. That's what I feel like.
You're with Justin that you think Miami's going to have a good rushing game tomorrow. Great game tomorrow, rushing the ball.
Oh yeah, I do feel that. I definitely feel like we're going to have a. And watch it. I also feel like Chase Edmonds is going to have the game that he hasn't had all year. I feel like Chase Edmonds.
I'd be happy for him.
You. Yep.
I love it.
I think you're right, man. I think it's getting ready to happen. I think Edmonds is getting ready to turn the corner and actually start seeing some holes develop.
What?
And actually hitting it with the speed.
Justin, confirm that. Yeah. Justin, confirm that. Did the Bills just get Kareem Hunt? I'll be pissed if they did. Yeah, Lance is probably playing. If Lance is playing games, so just verify for me.
Don't play games right now with especially about that. That's not.
Did they get Kareem Hunt, dude?
I'm looking right now. Let me look.
That's what pissed me off.
If they got Kareem Hunt, dude, we're gonna have to end this show a little early. I'm gonna go break down this door over here. I'm serious, dude. This will piss me off. Oh, better not be true, bro. Let me see here.
But I also feel like before you look up what you're about to look up, I feel like Chase Edmonds, he has to help us out in the backfield with catching the ball. I mean, it's been a lot of drives to where Chase Edmonds could have kept the drive alive in us. Even if we put up 3, if we didn't put up a touchdown, I mean, it's a first down. It's 3rd and 3, and you drop the ball in the backfield. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Yeah. You can't do that.
He has to get out of his own head, dude. You try to run before you catch the football. It's just catch the ball, make a play. You don't have to do too much. And I agree that, but to me, like we're talking about Kareem Hunt, if he goes above, that's why, even though Miami has bigger needs, right? Offensive line is the biggest one. Linebacker probably would be a nice move, or edge rusher. But if you could get a Kareem Hunt, and that's think about this.
That's fake news, bro. I don't think that happened, bro.
He says he saw it on NFL. He probably saw maybe a story on it, but just getting another running back, a capable back, kind of takes the some pressure off of Raheem, who has injury history. You don't want to run him into the ground, and you got Chase Edmonds, and you're relying only on Chase Edmonds.
Bro, I've been talking about getting Jeff Wilson around here before the season
there you go.
Started, bro.
Think about Christian McCaffrey.
Christian
McCaffrey just got traded to San Francisco. Wilson is an obvious natural fit. So that's a great point.
But I just want that. If they're gonna do Wilson, I want that Ross Dwelly, the tight end, to come with him. Honestly, I think I think that'd be great. But man, we could get into the next matchup, you guys. I think this is the most intriguing one of the afternoon. Honestly, it'll be it's on the line of scrimmage. It's T. Steady versus Aiden Hutchinson. I think that's going to be a key matchup right there. Right, I can't wait to see it. Honestly, I love Aiden Hutchinson's game. I love his game since he was at Michigan. I thought he was a dog. I still think he's a dog. He's getting ready to see what a veteran dog operates like now. I can't wait to see T. Steady versus him, man. I'll take T. Steady right there. What do you guys got on that?
100%. You got to go with the All-Pro veteran. Yeah. I mean, even though Hutchinson probably, it's his first year, dude. He could have the game of his life tomorrow against Terran Armstead, So, but no, you got to go with the All-Pro.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. I'm like Bobby. I mean, he could have one of the best games he's ever played this year against a veteran, a pro veteran. So, but I feel like what he does, Armstead, it's just like I don't see it happening. Could it? Of course, a lot of things can happen. Could it? Of course, I'm not going to say 100% no, but could it? Yes. But what he does in the game and how he protects Tua, it's just I don't see it. I don't see it. I think Armstead. I think he still dominates like he has since he's been in the game so far. Yep. I think he dominates still.
Yeah, dude is a technician over there, isn't he, man? I remember a couple plays. I think it was one versus Buffalo where someone blew a block on the whole right side of the line, and I watched Terrell Armstead run all the way down the line of scrimmage just to try to save his quarterback's life. I was like, damn, now that's what I want. Yeah, he's great, man. He's super good. I mean, let's jump to the next set right here. We got St. Brown versus Xavier Howard. I'll take Xavier Howard right there, even though it's gonna be a battle right there because that St. Brown kid is really good. And then I got Raymond versus Igbo. I'll take that as a push. Both are young, but Raymond's a veteran. Igbo's coming on a little bit. Let's see what he's got. You know what I mean? Reynolds versus Kohu. Man, I want to give it to Kohu, but he's a youngster right here, and Reynolds has been around the block. Reynolds knows the game. I'm going to take Reynolds right there as the key. So I'll take Howard, the push on the Igbo, and Reynolds with the key there. What you guys think about that? That's your forte, Jaylon.
Yeah, but I'll just say this. I actually think because they're going to try to stay away from Xavier Howard, I think Igbo gets his second interception tomorrow.
Oh, dude, I'm down. Let's see that.
Yeah, I think, it's just natural, right? Goff is not stupid. Goff is a smart quarterback, despite what people want to say. He's not going to look towards Xavier Howard. He's going to target the other corners. So one of those young corners are going to come away, but I'm going to just say it's going to be Igbo gets his second career interception against the Lions tomorrow. I think it makes sense, but you're absolutely right, though. They got veteran wide receivers down there, and they're the fourth best offense in the NFL, despite getting blown up, like you said. Wow. I mean, they got weapons, and they got a smart quarterback who, and they got heart, dude. The Lions, you got to look at their record.
Scrappy,
dude, they got a heart, dude. So that's why, like, for me, it's like, I think it's going to be a closer game. I'm not going to say it's it's going to be what it was against Minnesota because Minnesota is obviously a better team than Detroit, but it's going to be a close game. It's just they got heart. But no, I think you're hitting the nails on the head. And like I said, I think one of these young corners are going to get an interception tomorrow, but I'm leaning towards Igbo getting it tomorrow.
Right.
What do you think, Jaylon?
Man, I feel like Kohu, him lining up in the slot. I think he's gonna have a game tomorrow. I really do. Even what Noah and Xavier Howard have done on the outside. Even Noah has played for 2 weeks, and I think he did pretty good against the Jets. You know what I'm saying? I think he held his own, especially against the Vikings. I mean, against Adam. I mean,
Thielen, yeah.
I mean, you can't expect. He did everything that I knew a lot of us knew what he could have done coming out of college, but he hasn't shown that yet. And now I feel like a lot of Dolphin fans pushed him off, but I was never that guy because corner is the toughest position on the defensive side. What I'm saying? It takes time. So I saw his athleticism, and I told people, I said, when Noah gets a chance, if somebody goes down, and I didn't want Byron Jones to go down, but I said, if somebody goes down, if it was Byron and somebody else, and then Noah gets a chance this year, he's gonna step up. I said that in the beginning of the season, and he's done exactly what I said. And I feel like they're not going to go at Noah and Xavier Howard. They're going to try to get they're going to try to get the insides more, especially if Eric Rowe has to come down and guard somebody. But Kohu, I feel like he's going to have an exceptional game tomorrow with pass breakups, and as we all know, he can definitely tackle pretty dang good. So I feel like he's going to be a key factor tomorrow if he gets to play, which he should, right? I'm not. He definitely should play. Okay, yeah.
So you think they're going to attack the seams more? That when we get to the other side of the ball, we'll jump into that matchup I got right here too. But
yeah. Yep. They're going to try to go to the middle of the field and try to get our safeties to come down and guard the outside. The inside slot receivers. Mm-hmm. And I think they're going to try to get a lot of matchups with our linebackers. But I think it's all going to come in. I think it's all going to come in the middle. The outside, Noah has proven 2 weeks in a row. You could try me if you want, but it's not going to work out. It's not going to work out. Come on. I'm trying to make a name for myself, and I'm doing it so far. So come on.
Hell yeah. I love it, man. I love it.
Yes, sir.
So let's go over here. We'll stay on the same side of the football with the Lions offense, which we're going to go Swift as a pass catcher out of the backfield versus Baker and Rowe. Scares the hell out of me. What do you guys think about that? It scares me, that dude's speed. Those speed backs tear us up. Look what Brees did to us first in that Jets game. You know what I'm saying? So that scares me right there. I'm going to give the key to Swift. Then, like he was just my man Jaylon right there was just talking about Hawkinson versus Eric Rowe in down there, playing playing that tight end. It's going to be rough, man. I'm actually going to give the nod here to Eric Rowe. I think Eric Rowe is going to step up. He's going to be like, "Hey, my Brandon went down. I'm the dude who's next up on this anyway. I'm next man up. I can lock down tight ends. I've done this before. I'm going to do it again." And I think Eric Rowe is going to do that. I think that's what's going to happen there. What do you guys think about those?
Absolutely, I love it. I love the idea of it. First, I wanted to welcome Aladino to the channel. Watching, digging into trenches for the first time. Smash that like and subscribe. I appreciate you subscribing. Awesome, man. No, I love it. I think it's Brandon Jones was such a huge loss. So, and Eric Rowe's a veteran though. Eric Rowe's smart. Eric Rowe is perfect for the defense. I don't think it really takes a step back. What's up, me? Boricua. Oh, well, there you go. We got a Puerto Rican in the house. So represent. Absolutely. I appreciate it, man. All right.
So, what do you think about the Williams versus the Dolphins run defense? Landon Roberts, Breaker, those guys coming down into the box. So far, the Dolphins' run defense has actually been really stout. They're actually doing a pretty good job. So I will actually take the Dolphins' run defense right there versus the Lions' running backs. What do you guys think?
Go ahead, Jaylon.
Oh, I was gonna let you talk first, but I agree. I don't see the running backs being no more than what Najee Harris is, you know what I'm saying? So
right.
I feel like I don't care what running back we face, even when we face Christian McCaffrey and the 49ers running backs, and I feel like our run defense is going to be there, you know what I'm saying? So I give us the edge to that as well. So I think we're gonna have to force him to throw, in which we've done every time we've played golf. He's turned the ball over on us. We're gonna have to force him to throw the ball like how we've done in the past years playing him, and have to beat us with his arm, because I don't think he could beat us with his arm against us. I just don't.
I love that. So shut him down, make him one-dimensional.
Yeah, definitely. And it's Swift. I don't know. I think Swift's going to be back. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
is he?
I think he's playing. Yeah, he's ready to go.
Yeah. We shut the run game down. He's. I feel like we definitely have the game for sure.
Right.
We definitely have the game. I'm not scared. I'm not scared of his arm at all.
Right.
I'm
Me
just
neither.
not. I'm just not.
Right.
Sounds like the player in you.
Sounds
like the player in you.
I like that. That's how you got to evaluate it.
Oh yeah,
that's right.
Definitely.
Let's jump over to the other side of the ball, where honestly, all season long, this has been the key matchups for me. And if you're a Dolphins fan, it probably should be for you as well. Tyreek Hill versus, I don't know whether it's going to be Awarriai or Kuda, but I would put Kuda on on him. But I'm going to take Tyreek Hill. He's been my main key matchup every week. And you go over to the other side, and you got Jaylon Waddle versus either Okudah or a Warrior, whichever poison you choose. I'm going to take Waddle. So that's that's going to be every week for me probably. Then you get into the middle of the field, and actually you got Trent Sherfield versus Parker. I'm going to take Sherfield. So I took all of our receivers right there. Then you got this one. I think is a key matchup for the Dolphins trying to. I don't know if you're like saying it's going to be key for us winning the game, but maybe just to showcase his talent in case you're getting ready to make a trade on November or before November 1st. But you got Mike Gesicki versus Elliott, and I'm going to take Gesicki having a big game in the middle of the field here. Maybe having 75, 100 yards on like 5 catches or something like that, and maybe a tutty. I got all of those as key matchups and us winning them. What do you guys got? And then we'll jump into the game predictions for it.
Go ahead, Bobby. You let me go first last time.
Yes, sir. No, I mean, it's a given, right? I would say our receivers, especially Tyreek and Jaylon. And Jaylon he had an okay game last week, but he seemed a little off. He seems a little off this year, even though he's had some numbers. There's something different about Jaylon this season. And I know something I took away. I didn't watch the whole interview, and I have to go back. But the interview with Tua and I believe it was ESPN, but he had stated something when he was playing that game with the 2 boards. What's up, Adam? He said Jalen's dealing with something this year, and that's why he didn't pick Jaylon to be the faster player. He picked Tyreek, which I think Tyreek would win that either way. But I've noticed something different about him. But it's only natural to pick both of those guys, right? Tyreek has been as advertised and more. I mean, he was worth the trade. He was worth the money. I mean, it's not garbage yards. It's not garbage points. He is putting an effort every week to prove that, hey, look, I had one of the greats, an elite quarterback in Pat Mahomes, and you guys doubted me with Tua, and look what I'm doing. I mean, he's on record to break the single season receiving yards record. So I believe he's going to have a field day with the Detroit defense. Jaylon, I believe, will have a great game. I don't know if he'll be over 100 yards. I saw that a little earlier just because of Tyreek. I think Gesicki is an off and on player. And I think you're right. Miami may try to expose him a little more to get that, probably trade bait. They might try to force the ball a little to him, but I think obviously Tua is a little smarter to force a ball and hopefully not make mistakes. So, I'm with you on that. It's just that I would probably differ a little bit on Waddle and Gesicki. Gesicki, I think, will have a good game because he was a little lackluster last game. And Waddle, he's another off and on right now for me each game. He has these one or two big plays, which is all we really need. It gets us to win games, but it hasn't been a consistent thing. But Tyreek off the charts.
Absolutely.
Yep. And I agree. I think coming into this game, that's going to help us out. I'm not going to say he's going to have the numbers like Tyreek and Jaylon do, but I feel like on crucial downs, a name that hasn't been said, I think Sherfield is going to do. I think in the inside, I think Sherfield is going to have a game. I really do because I think we should have gave it to him more against the Steelers game, just because.
I agree.
Same here.
Just because of what they did with Waddle, he went, like I said, Tua and Waddle the first drive. It was amazing. But then they started picking up on Waddle and Tyreek Hill, which it's fine. Teams are going to have to do that, of course. But then, Sherfield, I think what he was doing, I think he could kill a lot of people. But I think I'm not going to say he's going to have the numbers. If he does, then kudos. I'm not going to be mad. But I think he's going to have a lot of crucial pickups for us, like a 3rd and 5, and just crucial pickup for us. And then that's a name to look out for tomorrow. I feel like it's Sherfield at the receiver spot.
One of those big chain movers that we've been missing.
Yep, I do. And then Wilson, man, I don't know what's going on.
Me neither. I couldn't tell you, man. I really couldn't.
I don't know.
I don't know. I have no clue what's going on right there. Like, you paid this guy this money and you can't even get him on the field during offensive sets, and now he's reduced to a punt return role where he doesn't want to run the ball. Like, that special teams is so damn bad, bro. You got to go forward. Like, when you get the ball on a punt return, man, I don't want to see no dancing around. Just go one way real fast, dude. And if he's there, you go the other one way real fast. Like, I just need yards right there.
So I'm going to say – oh, no, go ahead, Bob.
No, go, Jaylon, go. No worries.
I was just going to say, what about the with our three of our DBs going down, I mean, how do you guys feel about why haven't we picked anybody up? That's my main concern at the DB spot. I feel like we need that extra. I don't know what we're doing. I feel like in order to compete with the Bills again, we have to sign another DB. We have to. I just don't know what we're doing. I mean, we have three starting DBs down. Three.
Yeah, and that's why for me it's like, yes, the idea of trading for another receiver. I know weapons are great, Jerry Jeudy. Yeah, of course, it's nice, right? But do we need it? No. To me, you if you get a starting caliber offensive lineman, it doesn't have to be an all-pro, but a starting caliber offensive lineman, like Lance brought up, the right tackle from the Panthers, I would love that. Help that offensive line. Or what's most needed right now, which is crazy to say when you have Xavier Howard and we thought Byron Jones, but Byron Jones hasn't been there. We're dropping corners like flies. Needham is gone. Secondary is a huge need right now for Miami. Now Brandon Jones is out. So to me, it only makes sense. William Jackson out of Washington, Sidney Jones out of Seattle. Some of those guys there, that's a trade thing. Maybe, Justin had a sheet that he posted, which I loved on Twitter, but free agency, there's people there that you could take, but right now Miami's been signing practice squad players. So I'm agreeing with you. I think Miami needs to address defensive back. Just they're not. I don't know if they're doing it the right way, but that's just me. I'm not in the front office. I could only be a fan in the armchair GM.
I'll be honest. Before we just had Flowers go down with the season-ending IR, but I thought the Dolphins front office was doing pretty good with it, with bringing Flowers in, Brandon Shell, and Justin Bethel. I mean, those three players right there were just brought in off the street and were actually being acclimated into the defensive roles and doing things with them, and offense with Brandon Shell. I mean, I told people that were along that spaces, but when we got Brandon Shell, I was like, it's going to take him like 3 to 4 weeks staying on the practice squad, get himself acclimated to what's going on. But when he does come on, I think he can be starting caliber and take over the right tackle position. That's what he's doing right now. Justin Bethel came on, and the minute we signed Justin Bethel, I'm talking the second, I hit up Gino like, oh, dude, we got Justin Bethel. We got Justin Bethel. Why? Because I know what Justin Bethel brings. He's a hard-nosed guy who knows the defense and plays hard special teams. That dude has come up for us in the clutch like 3 times now to get us off the field. These are the guys that I want to bring in and bring more of the team. That's the stuff you need. We need more players like this on the team. I don't know why they're not going after a corner. Maybe something shaking out there in the NFL vines that we don't know about right now, like with the Greedy Williams or like you said, a William Jackson or Sidney Jones, one of those guys that come in and play deep back. But from what I've seen from the Dolphins, they're so unwilling to make a move. They're very reactionary and not proactive. You know what I'm saying?
Right there, keyword.
That's the problem I have with it. Is I want you to have a contingency plan. Contingency plan on place of it.
Evan says that Chris Greer is doing this despite Brett Lagasse.
Oh my goodness!
One bit. But
man, I would love to bring. I mean, realistically, I don't know if that's possible, but Cat, man, I love that idea. I'd love to bring Pat Surtain Jr. to the Miami Dolphins.
It'd take you 2 first-round picks, but I would love that.
So oh my goodness,
goodness gracious. So let's talk about predictions, guys. So on Fitz Talk today, I think Miami's going to score just enough. I have it 27-24 Miami. I think it's going to be a close game. What are you thinking, Jaylon? How do you think this game's going to play out? What's your prediction?
I still feel like I think it's going to be a 28 to I said a 28 to like 14 game, 28-14. And I think that would be the final prediction of
28-14 Detroit. Man, that's crazy.
No.
You didn't specify. I just thought I threw it out there.
Yeah. Hey, for everybody, Dolphins for sure.
Yeah.
Dolphins.
There you go. What do you think, Justin?
It's crazy your guys' score predictions because my score prediction is quite similar to yours. I got the Dolphins winning the game 27-17. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I don't think it's going to be anything like all of our scores are really close, man. And honestly, I think that's because we all got a good feel of what we're looking at right here. I think our eyes, focus,
That's right.
We see what's going on right there, and I don't think it's going to be a blowout. Now, will we take a blowout? Hell yeah,
all day long.
Oh yeah,
We'll take a 40. We'll take a 40 burger. All of us like those. But I'll be quite honest with you, man.
Yeah.
This Lions team is scrappy. They're gonna come in wanting to fight and wanting to beat us too. So honestly, from what I want to see from a fan's perspective and from my own perspective, is the Dolphins go out there and impose their will out onto the Detroit Lions. I want to see us reset the line of scrimmage consistently. When I tell you I want to rush for 175 yards, how the hell do you think we're going to do that? I want to use the fullback more. I want to see more motion, double motion. I want the tight ends to be used more. I just want to do a lot of stuff they're not doing, and I know you're going to see it, but it's just going to take a little bit more time.
Yep.
I agree. Aladino, who's a new subscriber to the channel, and I appreciate you, brother. Finstock Sports Network, digging in the trenches. If you haven't yet, whoever's tuning in, whether you're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, thank you all for tuning in. You're with Justin, JPF Scout, Bobby Finstock, and Jaylon McMillon. Aladino has it 30-17 Miami, so that's pretty good.
Take it.
Yeah.
I can also see that as well, though. I definitely can see us. I could definitely see us in the 30s. I don't think we'll go over 35. I don't see.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessary. I don't think Miami's Miami's not going to hammer it home like that. It is a Will Fuller situation. The Byron Jones is a Will Fuller situation. It's a mystery. I mean, you're not lying. But guys, we're coming close to the hour, and I know Jaylon has a brand new baby he needs to get to. So, man, I want Jaylon. First off, Justin can get the final thoughts, but I want to thank you from my end. Just talking with you, brother. I mean, I'm going to root for you. I root for you, and I hope it's not the last time that you join us on the channel. Because great insight, man. Great insight.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you guys having me. I appreciate that a lot.
Yeah, definitely, man. We love having you on the show. You're welcome here anytime. We love to chop Dolphins up with you. Final thoughts are we love each and every one of you guys. This is Dolphins family here. We're going to keep doing what we do. The Dolphins are going to keep doing what they do. And we're going to go out there and we're going to win a football game in Detroit, and we're going to continue our winning ways, and we're going to keep building on these things we're working on, and we're going to keep stacking those bricks up, because that's the only way the only way we're going to get to where we're going to go is by having a full house of bricks, a full house of dogs, and then we're going to go out there and get people. And that's what
before the final hour comes up, I want everybody to hear it from me first. We will not. I think we will only, if we lose, I think we'll lose only 2 more. But I still feel like we're going to have a 5-game losing record with 5 games. So I don't see us. Maybe I feel like we could come out strong and only lose 1 more. And I think that if so, I don't want to against the Bills, just because it may go 1-1. Right. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else, I'm not trying to be that fan. Well, you're just saying that because you're a Dolphin fan. But I mean, what it looks like is what it looks like. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. That's right.
Especially what the schedule looks like so far. So I mean, hey, we have a chance to go 8-3 so far in the next 4 games.
Yeah. From your lips to God's ears, brother. Yep. Well, hey, man, thank you, Jaylon, for coming on. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, watching, digging in the trenches on the Finstock Sports Network. Like and subscribe, and always, please, fins up. We'll see you guys next week.
Yes, sir. Fins up.